There's a video clip of a Russian TV host. She asked Xi Jinping a question, and it's really long. And she's like, basically, how are you going to go to a trade war with America when you just don't have any leverage? And Xi Jinping, after she asked this question, is like shaking. He's literally shaking with his cards. He like looks through his cards. He's like, and he goes, I don't remember. I don't see this question anywhere on these cards. And the Russian audience like laughs, thinking that he's being sarcastic. But in reality, he's like crumbling because someone actually had the balls to ask him a sincere question, and he crumbled.
Как мне кажется, на мой взгляд, главная экономическая новость – это тарифная война между Китаем и Америкой. Председатель Си, первый вопрос к вам. Две самые крупные экономики мира, Китай и Америка, они находятся в противостоянии. Но при этом они настолько переплетены и настолько влияют на мировую экономику в целом, что тут совершенно непонятно, как сделать так, чтобы отстоять собственные интересы и не спалить свой дом под горячую руку. Ну, Трамп, мы же знаем, какой он переговорщик, да, потрясающий бизнесмен. Значит, он сперва разрывает существующий договор, потом перестает играть по этим правилам, затем начинаются вынужденные переговоры, и в конечном итоге он получает тот договор, который выгоден ему. Во всяком случае, так было с нафтой, примерно так же было с Японией. Как будет с вами?
我看看我准备这个本上有没有这个内容。
Thank you. Maybe I do have some answer to this question in my...
Один боец.
Okay, Xi Jinping is evil for sure. You could say that. But more accurately, you would say that Xi Jinping is dumb. Xi Jinping is dumb and he's ignorant. He's dumb and he's ignorant. His ignorance comes from nobody having the balls to tell Xi Jinping the truth, and he doesn't speak English. And because Xi Jinping doesn't speak English, he doesn't have access to good information. If enough things go wrong, all you takes is once for enough things to go wrong, that we could see an assassination attempt on Xi Jinping soon. You know, what they say in Chinese is 动别人的蛋糕. So it means like you fuck with someone else's cake. And Xi Jinping is really stepping on a lot of toes, and there are signs of like an economic collapse, a financial system collapse, a real estate market collapse all over the Chinese economy and society. And that eventually could put enough pressure where someone tries an assassination attempt. Now, what would that look like? Lightseeker asked me this too. It wouldn't be like when they tried to assassinate Hitler. I would assume it wouldn't be like a group, because the Communist Party members, just like the citizens of China, are so heavily monitored that you can't really get a group together and talk in any type of privacy. So I would assume it'd probably be more of a individual effort. Could they do it? I don't know. I want to say they could, but I'm not too confident that they could achieve it. But what is true is we, as outsiders, as a Westerner or as a Japanese, Korean, whatever you are, we need to put as much pressure on the system to push them into doing something that they never thought they would do, which is to make a move on Xi Jinping, who, by all accounts, is really about to run that country into the ground. Yeah, well, the thing is, Jiang Zemin, the faction of the CCP, is so weakened. He weakened so many of them. So many were jailed and killed. A lot of them were literally killed. So I don't know. There are factions. Yeah, there's tensions within the factions of the CCP. But you guys got to remember this: the factions were incredibly weakened by the anti-corruption drive. And all that I'm saying is that because Xi Jinping is stealing so many other people's cheese and stepping on other people's toes, that you could see people turn into a new faction within the CCP. People that were loyalists to Xi Jinping initially will start to turn against him because he's doing things like share the wealth. Have you guys seen this? Have you seen this? Communist Party is pushing for private enterprises and private billionaires or whatever to, guys, share the wealth. Share the wealth. Share the wealth. What does that mean? That means I need to keep my supporters well fed, but I'm finding it harder and harder to get money to keep my faction from turning on me or from enjoying the luxury, the life of luxury that they are used to. You guys, this is a mafia. The Chinese Communist Party, if you come at it from a mafia perspective, it's much easier to understand. It's much easier to understand. And I like it because, Xi Jinping's an idiot. He's got it coming. Collective prosperity, dude. 共同富裕. Like, has that ever worked in history? Has it ever worked where you share wealth? I would say effing no. Absolutely not. What are your thoughts on Li Keqiang? Is he just another corrupt leader as bad as Xi, or is he's far lesser of the two evils? But here's the thing about Li Keqiang. He would much rather retire, take his pension, and just fuck off and leave China and go and settle down in like Australia or Canada than he would save China. Then he would try and go to battle against Xi Jinping. Li Keqiang is I'm not going to say he's more evil, but he's apathetic. This dude, he's also selfish. He doesn't care about the well-being. He maybe cares a little bit about the well-being of the country, but not enough to start an internal beef against Xi Jinping. No way. He's trying to get his pension and get the fuck out of there and then escape to a Western country so that he can raise children with his wife and his mistress and his Arnai. Which is a bummer, dude. But if I'm in charge of America's foreign policy, I say all we're gonna put out there, we only want to talk to Li Keqiang, which you might end up screwing Li Keqiang over if you do that. But if the American government comes out and says we only want to talk with Li Keqiang because he seems to be the one that's actually able to discuss things and is smart and understands what's going on in the world, that would immediately put Xi Jinping in such a terrible position that would make him crumble.